Got my Hulk hat on. Yesterday I saw X-Men Apocalypse, and guess what? It sucked! Let's make another toy video. Mike plays with toys. Mike plays with toys. Alright, let's talk about Atari. Atari back in the day was my favorite video game system. I played it for way too long. Long into Nintendo coming out, I was still playing Atari. All the kids at school talk about, oh, I got this new thing. It's like, I still had Atari. I had the original big old 1970s big blocky one, and then they re-released it in like 85, 86 with that commercial, under 50 bucks. And I had to have that too, because my original one broke, or so I thought it broke. Looking back, it probably just needed a cleaning. But we didn't have YouTube back then, or any kind of, helpful tips like that. So, I just want to show my big Atari collection. My original Atari collection was kind of small, only about 20 games. But now, since flea markets and stuff, I got just about every Atari game, every major Atari game ever. So, let's go take a peek at them. Alright, here is my original Atari collection from when I was a little kid. Not that many games, but a solid quality collection of games. They were all really good and playable. No real duds to talk about here. Had Freeway, Space Shuttle, Tennis, Spider-Man, very good game, Frogger, of course, Q*bert, Return of the Jedi. I don't know why this gets bad reviews. The graphics on that thing were insane for the time. Combat, you gotta have combat, Space Invaders, Asteroids. Football kind of sucked. This game, alright, come on, it's worse than E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was like hard and unplayable. This was great graphics for the late Atari system right there. Same with this one. Got Moon Patrol. Probably, my favorite old school Atari game next to Pitfall. Mousetrap, pretty good. Not a bad collection of games. You didn't get games that often back then. So this is kind of a small collection. We only got probably 20 games. Because games back then were like $30, $40, and it was a treat to get them. It's not like this monstrous collection when I started collecting again. Alright, there's got to be over 100 games in there. Solaris. This has probably the best graphics of any Atari 2600 game ever. Look at that. If I had this collection when I was a little kid, I would have been the most popular person ever. This is thousands of dollars worth of games if they were all brand new and this was 1983. How much did I pay for all this collection? Probably about $1 or $2 a game. At most, I probably paid maybe $5 for a game in this. That was very rare. This is all me going to the flea market every weekend. And the vintage comic book store. I tried to arrange them in, order by year that they came out. Here's the late 70s games. I had to make these labels. Going into the early 80s. And then when they're the cool silver labels. That's like an 82, 83 game right there. The infamous E.T. Mine's pretty much mint. You know what? This is one of those things, if I see it at a flea market, I gotta buy multiple copies. Just because. The original Mario Brothers. We got Dig Dug. Then I have them separated. Here's the Coleco brand cartridges. I always thought they looked so cool. The Activision ones. Every Activision cartridge you get is in shitty condition. The labels just peel right off. And then we got the Parker Brothers games. They were all generally pretty good. I love this game, Amadar. Empire Strikes Back. This is probably one of the more expensive ones I bought. I don't know, that was probably like $6. G.I. Joe. Popeye. This is one of the best Atari games. Probably one of the best old school arcade games, period. Star Trek. That game sucked. Megaforce. Based on a really obscure movie. Towering Inferno. Who would have thought they would have made a video game of that like a decade after the original movie came out? We got Journey Escape. How much did I pay? I paid $3 for that. This is one of the worst Atari games, period. This is almost as bad as just like moving a mouse around a screen. People talk shit about E.T. Yeah, E.T. wasn't very good, but this is just like useless. And I love Journey. This one was really good. Late 80s Atari game, good graphics. Then we got the iMagic, Imagic, I don't know how you pronounce that. Their collection. And here we got the Mattel ones. Basically the Intellivision converted games for Atari. Love me some Lock and Chase. Burger Time. My Burger Time doesn't work. I got it at the flea market. I got it to work the day I bought it, but then it hasn't worked since. Masters of the Universe. Basically, I have every major Atari game. Except Ms Pac-Man. I don't have Ms Pac-Man, and I don't have Ghostbusters. I've just somehow not come across them. I can name just about any major Atari game, and I have it here. You know, the more obscure ones that I don't have are expensive, and they're not good games anyway. I don't have the James Bond game, but I've seen videos of that, and that just looks like shit. If I can find that for like $5, I would buy it, but I doubt that. It's probably more like a $25 game. Oh, then we got other ones, like the Sears brand ones, where they didn't have a label. I would have liked the Superman game with the actual Superman picture. Because Atari had the greatest cover art. Like that. Basically, this game is just a block going around a screen. But look at that. That looks like a high adventure. Not great condition, but most of these games. But hey, I only paid $1 for each of them. This collection is more like I need these for historical purposes. I just have to see them and experience them and have to have a collection. My Atari museum. Well, I think I talked enough about it.